These two fighters are looking more than ready to lock horns.
I'm ready for a fight when it's on, it's on.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Stands firm and blocks the drive. Player one is just about out of drive after that. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Holds out with the block. Throws them to negate the block. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Jumps. Checks him with the boom. Player one in trouble with no drive. So they're going for the super art? Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. In there! Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Medium kick. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Goes for a driver. Rushes that off and keeps going. Burnout activates. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Goes for the rush. Not much life difference. Just goes for it at this range. Going in. Sonic boom. They're spacing. It throws them. What'll happen here? The drive impact doesn't work. Drops them hard. Life lead is there, but still anyone get excellent block. Just go for it. What are they gonna do? KO. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Throws out a projectile. Gets the jump in. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open. All right, what's coming up next? Throws them to negate the block. Takes a trip. Impacts a no-go. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Was looking for that jump attack. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Knockdown. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. The pressure is so intense here. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Time's the only thing moving here. Jumps in. Just out of range for that throw. Intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. The jump in catches them. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone springs forward with the drive rush. Jump blocks the ambiguous crossover. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Sonic boom! Drive rush to keep it going. All right, what's coming up next? Player one needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. They were expecting that driving, experiencing burnout. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Checks him with the boom. Smart play with the throw. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Both fighters planning something? So little life left. Barely blocks the jump in. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on the weaves into impact to finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Goes for the fireball. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Goes for the drive rush there. Big counter. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Knockdown. Will this super art connect? Oops, they were anticipating that super art. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 chases them down. In a dire situation, they saw the chip KO on the table. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Brushes that off and keeps going. This is gonna be bad news. Strings it all together. Smart play with the throw. Going in? Player 1 will need to plan to go for the missile. Oh! Experiencing burnout. Huddle. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Jump. Just goes KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Let's see what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. Grabs him. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Drive rush to try and keep up the attack. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. No good up high. That was a solid anti-air. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Will the drive parry here open things up for him? The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Down to the wire. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. In a dire situation, they were totally ready for the jump. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Sonic boom! Shows the medium kick. Very slick with the combo. Checks him with drive rush to keep it going. Throws out a projectile. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some firing. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 has a slight life boost. Medium kick hits. Barely blocks the jump in. The impact doesn't do anything. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation, upping the pressure with these baby booms. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Sonic boom! Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Excellent block! Oh, could be the start of something. Quick breather. Goes for the fireball, which is very pumps the brakes on the impact. Jumps in. Oh, they're in the corner now. No run, drives, impact misses. Impact squash. Reads the jump in perfectly. Checks him with the boom. They gotta be careful with their remaining drive. Fires off a Hadouken. Almost out of time, betting it all on the drive run. Gotta do better than that. Player 1 has depleted their drive game, but they are still within range to win this round. Okay, here we go. Hits the drive. Player 2 can't let this fires off the nuts. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Perfect execution with the anti-air. Medium kick hits. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle. Finds the target. Medium kick into. Player 2 has the super kick all in with the rush. What now? Dangerous range here. Presses for a reaction. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Player 1 is on the brink of disaster. Both fighters are down to half life. Reads the jump in perfectly. Ooh, what a smart throw. Amazing. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Boom. Betting it all on the drive rush. Both sides getting ready. Let's loose a boom. Changes the pace with a fireball. A real test of nerves here. Perfect boom with finesse. In attack range. They're taking a step back to projectile hit. Fantastic positioning on show during that round. Another rematch. These two are really getting into it. All the throw connects. Sonic boom. Hits them with a stop and bomb. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Oh, with the drive impact. Strings it all together. Blocks the ambiguous cross-up. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Grabs them. Knockdown. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Takes a trip. No more drive gauge. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Goes for the super arc. Player 2 picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Sonic boom! Player 2 had an impressive round of managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Cuts in with a drive impact. So, what's next? Quick breather. Blocks it. Checks and brushes that off and keeps going. Going in. Springs forward with a drive rush. Player 2 will need to use their meter here wisely. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. All in with a rush. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Holy! The punish counter gives them a great, closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Open leads on the flash kick to get them out of a jam. Boom! Player 1 won out those close scuffers, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. This can lead to some big damage. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. I hope you're not a lightweight because one stick of head up is enough to ether you. What now? What? Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? Oh, he chips them for the win! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Fireball from very long. What's next here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 1 chases them down. Will that drive impact get punished? Sticks the combo. Absorbs the attack and fires back. I can't. Will this super art connect? In a dire situation. They can't up the KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Impact's a no-go. Attempts to drive rush to keep it going. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Jumps in. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Shows the medium kick. Nice read. Denies them with a somersault kick. Player one can't use any drive moves, but springs forward with a drive rush. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Checks him with the boom. Oh, this could be something. Sonic break. Time to reassess the situation. Barely blocks the jumping. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. What's next? Oh, yo! Superhero! The low. Player two with the rhythm, owning that puts the fear of God in it. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Oh, says no to the impact. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Still slugging it out here. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. The damage is really piling up now. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. KO. Player two sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Checks them with the boom. Was looking for that jump attack. Drive rush to keep it going. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player springs forward with the drive rush. Player one has the life lead. Can they use it? Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Somersault kick stops him cold. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Checks with a medium kick. Sonic boom. Deck in with the cross. Noticeable life lead is a comeback still experiencing burnout. Boom! Reads the jump in perfectly. Player two and whips. They're wide open. Player two can't use any drive moves. Sets up with the jump in. Both impact squat. Both of them back off. Closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. They are letting it fly for the excellent block. Zones with the fireball. Chase ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Snatches him with simple calamity. We're about to see approval when he really means business. What will they do next? Player two with a slight lead. With crowns him from above. Player impact squash. Drop that off. Tap him on the toe. Yes, sir. More damage, please. Oh, man. Punish counter on the action. Player one, super art to show what a bad combo finishes it. Player two gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that window. Checks him with the boom. This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Combo with the target combo. Player one chases them down. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. What are they thinking here? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Taking stock. Nice, perfect parry there. What'll they do next? Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Life lead opens up. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Jump rejects the air attack. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Doc adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Will that super be the turning point? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Barely blocks the jump in. Looking for a chance. Sneaks in a burnout trigger. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Shreds him with a sonic hurricane. Nice damage. Player 1 is dominating this match. Flawless round. They got him so quick. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. Let's see what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. Projectile to try and change the situation. There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Throws him down. Knockdown. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. Big trouble here. The stun is going to leave them defenseless. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Goes for the fireball. Good anti-air. What's the play here? Neutral. Neither of them willing to back off here. He repeats it up with a combo into super. All right, what's coming up next? Not much drive to work with at the moment. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Oh, burnout triggered. What a finish. Great meat on the life gauge there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes for a nice read. Denies them with a somersault. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fire. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They break things off to take a quick breather. Blocks the impact. Throws them to negate the block. Going in. Connects with medium kick. Sonic boom. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Checks him with the boom. Jumps. There's a change of size. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both fighters planning something? They've got to press here. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive resets. Their spacing is so knocked them out of the air. The drive impact doesn't work. Jumps in. Life lead is there. Blocks the low kick. Links it. KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Projectile to try and change the situation. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop him. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Takes the chance to hurt him. Player 2 chases them down. Grabs them. Knockdown. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Brushes off the impact. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Impact's a no-go. Projectile to try and change the situation. No more drive gauge. In a dire situation, they can't up but add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 2, smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Things are still going right now, but we may see some drive rush to keep it going. What'll happen here? Rolls out the Soban. Their spacing is nice read. Denies them with a somersault. Zanku Hadouken. Denies the jump in. Checks with a medium. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. All the throw connects. Going in. Betting it all on the drive rush. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Dangerous range here. Can this drive bring them back? A single hit will do it! Forward rush! Burn out, but they may have a plan here! Boom! Can they break through with a solid puncher? Flatline zone! This is the final round! Expect to see some fireworks! Gets the counter hit! Oh, combo! Let's go! Oh, they're in the corner now. Impact squat! This is gonna hurt! Oh, putting the cherry on top! Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough? Are they dead? Oh, they're dead! What a way to close it out! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Sees the drive reversal coming. Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Both fighters' drive gauges are empty. Let's see how this affects the neutral game. Takes a trip. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. This is a real back and forth match for some. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Both players with no drive in the tank. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. Dr. Huddle shoots off a fireball up close. Trying to read each other here? A clutch drive move here from hits them with a stop and bop. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Player 2 ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Somersault kick stops them cold. Let's off a projectile to waste time. Player 1 will need to do a better job of utilizing their drive gauge if they want a different result than last year. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Sonic Boom. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to their advantage here. Checks him with the boom. Player 1 springs forward with the drive rush. Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Perfect input! Execution is denied the jump in attempt! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Open with a jump in? The last round. It's now or never. Hope with the hits him with a stop and bop. All in with a rush. Watch out the early super for some sweet, sweet damage. Player 1 with a lead. Will they go for offense or defense? Big gauge lead here. Punish counter on the action. Oh, come. All the throw connects. Both sides getting ready. Looking for a hole. Fires off the Lucan. Player 1 can't use drive anymore. All in with a rush. Sets up with the jump in. Every mistake burn out, but they may have a plan. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are done.
I am true master of the fist.
Player 2 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rundown. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Connect with medium kick. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. There's a corner switch. Not having the crossover. This is a huge chance to make a field. Player 1 takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. That drive impact is blocked. Okay, creating some space here. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Heading into the end game now. It gets him. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. A brave forward jump there to start. Sonic boom! Player 1 didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Still slugging it out at this range. Going in? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Checks him with the springs forward with the drive rush. What'll happen here? Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Shrugs that off. Quiet burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. There it is. They knew it'd be enough. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Who's going to uses their drive gauge? Ooh, what's this? What's going to happen? This is going to be bad news. They quickly get back into the corner of the stage. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 with the lead. Will they go for a burnout? Did they mean to do that? Player 1 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. All the throw connects. Okay. Oh, yo, Ross, super hit. No resources to work with. They gotta do this the old-fashioned. Excellent block. Gets into perfect fireball range. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. The drive impact doesn't work. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Impact squashed. This can lead to some big damage. Sticks out it. Gotta do better than that. It is over. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Unfazed by the switch and blocks. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Starts with a jump in. Player 1 with the life lead. Who's going to break the silence first? What are they thinking here? Holds out with the block. The jump-in is denied. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? They break things off to take a quick breather. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Nails the anti-air. Does a good job of pushing back. Shoots off a fireball up close. Holds out with the block. Blows him. What's next? Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Was looking for that jump attack. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. You've got to be mindful of reaching jump-ins at this range. 20 seconds left. What are they both plotting? Going in? Time's almost up. Gotta hurry. Lots of distance here as both fighters look for an opening. Checks them with drive rush to KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Medium kick. Who's going to start things off? Sticks the jump in. Big throw. Player 1 springs forward with the drive rush. Smart play with the throw. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. They decide to take a breather to regroup. There's an overdrive on. Oh, burnout triggered. Go solid puncher. Expect to see some added pressure here. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Grabs and throws him away. Checks him with the boom. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Knockdown and Sonic Boom drops him hard. Sets up with the jump in. Player 2 sneaks in the throw. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done. That drive impact is blocked. That was a solid anti-air. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. The jump-in is denied. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Heading into the net, takes a big gamble and whips out a raw super. A quick breather. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their intercepts? Slick anti-air finish. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jumps up, gets the jump in. Solid combo. Checks him with the boom. Goes for the massage. The super doesn't hit. Player 1 can't spend the meter. Hoping for a good return. Going in. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What'll happen here? They're spacing solid anti-air. Rushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 can't use any drop. This is gonna hurt. Fights back with authority. Getting it all on the drive rush. What a sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was gonna happen. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with a jump in. Who will come out on top in this final round? Checks him with the boom. Hits him with a stopping block. Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Oh, combo! Let's go! Back into the escapes with the reversal. Player 1 needs to wait this out burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation. All in with a rush. Both sides getting ready. Ooh, oh, nice. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? Only the best turning it right up with a super. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. The impact doesn't do anything. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. They hit each other, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Player 2 chases them down. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Down to the wire. Baits out the attack and gets the punish in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Nice read. Denies them with a somersault kick. Left off the projectile to waste time. Both fighters are looking. Somersault kick stops them cold. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very springs forward with the drive rush. Uses the gauge for a super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Sonic Blade to fish for a reaction. Player 2 has the deck stacked against them. Can they squeeze out a win here? Jump! This unleashes some big damage. Are we gonna see it? Sneaks in the throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Goes for the fires off the not. The super doesn't hit. Final round, turning it right up with the super. Now, can they finish the job? Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Barely reversal. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Nice fireball. Drive rush. Player, there's a burnout. Crowns him from above. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. All in with the rush. Player 2 has the soup, finds the target. No! Stunned off the wall! Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that soup. Perfectly planned, perfectly executed. That was catch as can as you're gonna get in a fight.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time to get weapon. Sonic boom. Zones with the fireball. Big counter. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Blocks the jump in. Trips him up. Player 1 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Taking stock. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Oh! Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Grabs him. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 chases him down. They break forward to pressure the opponent. Surprises him with a drive rush. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Both fighters planning something? Very solid corner switch. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. Going in? They need to rely on their instincts. Oh, a gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Who's going to start things off? Jumps? Player 2, there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Manages to block burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 experiencing burnout. Going in? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Both up. Just goes for it at this range. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fire. What? Clutch anti-air. Throws them. A quick breather. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Oh, blocks the cross-up. Ooh, what a smart blow. Okay, here we go. Hits the drive. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Even the slightest hit may end the round. They can't pump the brakes on the impact. They are not getting close to each other. Fights back with authority. Oh, banks it on the fireball. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. The drive impact is denied. Good job blocking the jumping. Down to the wire. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. What did they think of here? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. All right, what's coming up next? Can't tech the throw? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Projectile to try and change the situation. Nice! Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. A brave forward jump there to start. Hold your breath. They can open up this round big by converting this punishment. Doesn't miss a beat. Looking for a chance. Perfect input on the sonic boom. Springs forward with the drive rush. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. Jumps up. Sonic boom. Oh, says no to the impact. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with the chance to score big here. Unfazed by the switch and block. Impact, squat. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with the brushes that off and keeps going. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Wait, what? Are they actually dead? Hanging by a thread. Just need one final push. A lot of pressure building up here. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the win here? Oh boy. Both running empty on drive. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the fuck. Nielson closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Big parry. Doesn't miss a beat. Sonic boom. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 has the super gauge. It reads the jump in perfectly. Reversal. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Okay, nobody blink. Catches all in with a rush. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. Pokes with a medium kick. Takes the chance to hurt him. Starts off running with fireballs. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Good anti-air. Knockdown. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Takes a trip. They are not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Throws out a projectile. Sees it coming and blocks it out. The jump in is denied. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. What? Oh, what's this? Were they baiting them into that? Took them to the corner in a flash. Gets the combo. Blocks the impact. Perfect move. Do they have enough drive gauge? Checks him with the springs forward with the drive rush. Looking for a chance. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Sonic boom. Goes solid puncher. Expect to see some added pressure here. Player 2 distantly to some big damage. Demon from above with the guillotine. Player 1 can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the win here? Let's lose the boom. Quick medium poke. Boom. The jump in is denied. Wraps it up with a throw. Woo, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Checks him with the boom. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Starts off zoning with fireballs. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Player 1 chases them down. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. That drive impact doesn't get through. Sticks the combo. That drive impact is blocked. Checks him with the boom. Jump. Brushes off the impact. Oh, burnout triggered. Heading into the end game now. It goes for the Messiah. That they saw the chip KO on the table. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Medium kick hit. Okay, creating some space here. Feeling out the spacing. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. There's the change of sides. Rolls out the Sobat. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Go solid puncher. Expect to see some added pressure here. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Their spacing is so in there. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Somersault kick stops them cold. Let's lose the boom. Ooh, what a smart throw. Forward rush. A jump. Here comes the corner pressure. Sticks out a kick. Oh, they changed sides. Impact squash. Throws them. Okay, here we go. Excellent block. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? This can lead to some big damage. Any throw will whip at that range. Keeps them out. Crowns them from above. Excellent damage on that. Turns out. Looking. Oh, yo! Raw super here? Quick medium poke. Do they have what it takes to steal them? They are done! That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, pop that! It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Sonic boom. The low heavy is denied. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. No good up high. No good anti-air. All right, what's coming up next? Checks with a projectile. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They hit each other. The corner makes it hard to hold your breath. This is gonna be bad news. Heats it up with a combo into super. Check with a medium kick. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 has depleted upping the pressure with these baby booms. They need to... burnout act gets tagged by the fireball. Player 2 hits up always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Still very early in the round. So they break forward to pressure. Nice read! Denies them with a somersault kick. Shows the medium kick. Barely blocks the jump in. Grabs and throws them away. Both fighters planning something? That's a counter. Drive gauge gap here. Player 1 can't use any springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. What'll happen? Connects with the throw. A win. They're going for the super arc. Both sides getting ready. Side switch. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Oh, kisses the fireball. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Perfect input. Execution is on point. Perfect input on the sonic boom. Barely blocks the jump in. Doesn't miss a beat. Sonic boom. Connects with medium kick. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 has an empty drive through. This is a very precarious setup with the jump in. Oh, they changed sides. What are they gonna do? Parries the fireball. Can they break through with a solid puncher? Player 2 throws them from above. Super Arc, show up what a PhD in fighters can do for you. can't afford any mistakes. Can they use their drive to stage the come at the bit of OG's fight? Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Excellent block. They're in range. We're gonna see a throws. I can't move closes in. Ooh, burn out, but they may have a plan here. Whoa, but you're grounded. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. Connects with the throw. Checks him with the boom. Still slugging it out at this range. Projectile to try and change the situation. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. This is a real back and forth match for City. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Going in. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Springs forward with the drive rush. Can't tech the throw. Both fighters planning something? Burnout activates. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive gate KO. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Jump? Who's going to start things off? Projectile to try and change the situation. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Checks him with the boom. Hits him with a stop and bop. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Can't tech the throw. Going in. Sonic boom. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Zones with the drive rush to keep it going. A quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Somersault kicks. What'll happen here? Springs forward with the drive rush. Super Arc on deck, brushes that off and keeps going. They quickly get back into the corner of the stage. All in with the rush. Reads the jump in perfectly. A real test of nerves here. Burnout activates. Player 2 can't use any drive through. All the throw connects. Both sides getting wrecked. The drive impact doesn't work. Turns out. They back down to regroup. Stacking things in their favor with solid punches. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Here comes the corner pressure. A fireball at that range? Woo, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. The throw whiffs. Okay, they trade hits. Projectile to try and change the situation. Both fighters will want to make something happen while avoiding burnout state. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Takes a trip. Player 2 chases them down. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. The throw misses. Player 1 can't experiencing burnout. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. KO. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Who's going to start things off? Sticks the jump in. Throws them to negate the block. Springs forward with the drive rush. The impact doesn't do anything. Super on deck for both fighters.